is a commercially driven project which would be used to just open the door for the entry of gene drive and other extreme biotechnology into Africa.
The second generational technology is taking everybody at a terrific speed.
The new methods of genetic engineering can introduce pattern of changes in the genetic changes in the genome, which normally would not occur there.
Gene drives are designed to spread with genetic modifications and to persist so that they are irreversible.
La société civile est pour Target Malaria essentiellement autour de 5 choses. La première, nous estimons que c'est une médecine coloniale en ce sens qu'on ne peut pas venir nous imposer une manière de soigner le paludisme sans notre avis. C'est une médecine coloniale, c'est une technologie importée. Et que nous avions connu au Burkina Faso l'expérience amère du coton génétiquement modifié qui a lamentablement échoué. Donc, on ne peut pas permettre encore qu'on puisse modifier cette fois-ci une espèce animale soi-disant lutter contre le palu. Il y a des publications scientifiques qui démontrent que les organismes génétiquement modifiés de façon globale menacent les aspects sanitaires, les aspects environnementaux et même les aspects économiques dans le monde. C'est une question éthique. On se demande pourquoi des gens prennent des milliards pour faire des recherches hasardeuses pendant qu'il y a des solutions endogènes qui permettent de soigner les maladies. En Afrique, nous avons des arbres qui peuvent soigner le paludisme.
Interrelationship between ecosystems are complex, between organisms complex, and these silver bullets presented by gene technology or modern biotechnology simply does not address the problems with a sense of basic understanding of the complexity of nature.
La difficulté, c'est que le gouvernement, pour certaines alliances, ne consulte pas la société civile, c'est-à-dire ne consulte pas la base. C'est-à-dire, pour un projet comme Target Malaria, je pense que le gouvernement, l'État d'abord, pour même pouvoir faire le premier pas, aurait dû consulter la base, c'est-à-dire la société civile, pour recueillir quelles sont leurs appréhensions, qu'est-ce qu'ils pensent de ce projet, avant même de faire le premier pas. Ce qui s'est passé au Burkina Faso, on a constaté que l'État, si je peux le dire ainsi, même scellait les accords avant même de contacter la société civile. Quand ils contactaient la société civile, c'était de faire partie de l'équipe du consortium et donner leur avis. C'est en ce moment que la société civile a constaté que non, que ce projet-là, ce n'est pas un projet qui fera le bien du Burkina Faso ni de ses habitants. Et c'est en ce moment que nous avons commencé à mettre des stratégies en place. Premièrement, pour informer la population à la base et deuxièmement, pour contrecarrer l'effectivité, la mise en œuvre de ce projet. Fort de ce qui s'est passé déjà avec le coton BT et Monsanto, nous avons su que quand ces gens-là viennent, ce n'est pas pour l'intérêt de la population, mais pour leurs propres intérêts.
Now, going to my policymakers in any of our countries can be easy, but getting them to agree with us is a challenge because they listen first to corporations, they play to the gallery of the corporate interest. If decision making is based on what those who are driving these technologies, transnational corporations, the big philanthropic organizations.
Bill et Melinda Gates, leur fondation veut faire à un certain moment que ça ne puisse pas se réaliser. Parce que nous, aujourd'hui, on se dit qu'au lieu d'investir des milliers et des milliers de milliards de francs pour un projet de cette sorte, pourquoi ne même pas investir dans l'assainissement? On sait que le palu, c'est un problème de salubrité. Quelques francs seulement dans l'assainissement dans nos villages et dans nos villes. Et probablement, on va lutter contre le palu. Donc, ce qui se cache derrière ce projet, j'espère qu'on n'aura pas le temps ni le loisir de le voir parce que nous allons tout faire pour que ça ne mette pas le jour.
Who benefits from this project? Is it true it is to benefit the Ugandans? Or somebody else is fronting his own agenda in quotes, saying we are supporting the population?
They adopted a position that calls for a cautionary approach.
What manifested at the Conference of Parties or the Convention on Biodiversity that held in Egypt in 2018 was a clear display of neo-colonialism on the continent. This was a betrayal of the African people by policymakers who had been fed by corporate interest in terms of ideas. I don't know what else they were fed with, to go to that kind of place and they start countering the best interests of Africa. Africa was a continent and a region that fought very strongly for the Cartagena Protocol on biosafety. The Organization of African Unity, which is now the African Union, even drew up a model law to guide about genetic engineering and to ensure biosafety on the continent. Now we're having a regime where our leaders are going against the grain. They're going totally against the best interests of the continent. And it does show that we've lost our sense of history. We've lost our sense of dignity. We've lost our sense of who we are. Well, at the CBD, there were Nigerian delegates, and they were very vocal, backing up South African delegates who were driving positions that were against our interests. And we actually called them out in Nigeria. We've been very vocal about telling them that they failed Africa, they failed Nigeria, they betrayed us. And then some countries actually had people from Target Malaria representing them in some of these negotiations. And it's ridiculous, totally ridiculous. But this is a trend we're seeing globally in almost all the spaces for negotiation.
At the meeting, there was a representation from both government and non-governmental organization. And for this case, Uganda was being represented by Target Malaria. Can you imagine? Which to me has a conflict of interest. So when they represent, it is very obvious they will not support the Mauritania because it comes to serve their interests. For me, I think this was very unfair. This is a total disservice to the people of Uganda. And I must say, the people have never been consulted in terms of this technology, in terms of this project.
While we have the international laws in place, the CBD is one and the Cartagena Protocol specifically, focusing on living modified organisms, in our assessment, there are challenges for the regulatory side.
Releasing living organisms into our environment in a way that we simply have no control. So we are concerned because these mosquitoes, once released in Burkina Faso, will spread across the sub-region, may even spread maybe across the entire continent.
Bien évidemment, la Côte d'Ivoire se sent concernée par le projet Target Malaria, d'autant plus que nous faisons frontière avec le Burkina Faso. Donc il n'est pas exclu que la Côte d'Ivoire puisse être contaminée, en tout cas l'environnement de la Côte d'Ivoire puisse être contaminé par des mouvements transfrontaliers des moustiques en fait.
And when we see what they are trying to do in Burkina Faso, what they are trying to do in Uganda, we are worried, given that we are in the same region, and we are worried that their projects are likely to affect the the biodiversity of our country.
So we need to have procedures to be able to deal with what we call joint decision making, to see that if I'm in a country that's potentially affected by the release of a gene-drive organism in another country, I should have a stake and I should have to be able to have a say in that decision of that country. So it changes the nature of how consent is obtained.
Ugandans have to wake up now. We do not yet understand this. So there must be a halt in the whole process until consultations are done, until Ugandans understand what is coming for them. Therefore, nothing for Uganda without Ugandans.
Malaria can be controlled by simple means. Simple improvement in infrastructure, housing, and sanitation. This is what is needed in Africa. That's what is needed in Burkina Faso. This is what is needed in Nigeria. If I had a say, what I want is a total ban on gene drives, on any form of modern biotechnology.
Je vais finir pour rappeler cette citation de Rabelais qui disait « Science sans conscience n'est que ruine de l'âme ».